Shalom, Yesharella. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Recha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to those Le'akim that's preach the word in all truth and sincerity. Unknown to Israelite foreigner brothers that like the heathens, but the line of outside goes back to the nation of Israel, which nation of Israel are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans through the prophecies and curses of Deuteronomy 28 chapter and throughout the Bible. So this is a brother you call a mop a lesson, and today's lesson will be entitled Satan is Sifting. I'm just gonna go on some precepts and Lord willing, you brothers and you sisters out there be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemon Shai. And this lesson is inspired by the video that Apostle Ramla did a couple of days ago, which is entitled "Whole Lot of Sifting Going On." He was just basically addressing in this video that some members of Great Millstone in the body, have been getting sifting out, and like he was saying in his video, this always happens around Passover season. And we understand this truth that we have to be on point in this truth, man. We have to always self-examine ourselves and examine ourselves rather we be in the faith, man, because, none of us are perfect, but at the end of the day, we have to control our emotions and rule our spirits in this truth, man, and not being easily offended and emotional. Because them be the main reasons why a lot of men fall out the truth. So I just want to do a lesson on regarding that topic, and I'm going to start off with the book of Luke, chapter 22 and verse 31. And this is our Lord Yahweh Shai speaking to Peter. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh Shai said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat." That's right, man. Because we understand that Apostle Peter, he was the head of the church. So if the spiritual leading Satan was trying to sift Peter, then how much more for us? And in the ancient world, when we will sift wheat, this was a method how we would do it. As brothers can see, this boy, he's sifting wheat. The wheat will stay on top, and the bottom will all the undesirables, the trash, and the refuse will go to waste. And today it would be called like a strainer. So the ones, this is a good example right here. So at the top will be the good, and at the bottom will be the bad. You see? And that's how you will sift. So the good will be the elect, and the bad will be the non-elect that the Lord is sifting. You see? So the Lord will always sift out the non-elect, because they're not part of the elect, even in the truth. You see? So let's go. Verse 32. It says, "But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not. And when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren." Yeah, so our Lord Yahweh Shai, he prayed for Peter that, he won't fall to Satan, man. But when he's converted, then he strengthened his brethren, by giving his spiritual advice in order for brothers to endure in the faith. You see? So the same thing is happening with us today, man. Like I was saying earlier, we have to make sure we're on point. You see, even when we give rebuke, we gotta just take the Lord, and even if we are right, the scriptures talk about suffering wrongfully. So we gotta take the Lord and just let the Lord vindicate us, man. But if we are in the wrong and we do give rebuke, we have to be humble and take it, man, and accept the rebuke and make the changes and move on and learn from it, man. Can't be, we can't be bucking up against the rebukes and stuff because a brother may see a flaw in you that you don't see at the moment that you are getting rebuked. You see, this is Amos 9:9 says, "For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in the sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth." That's right. So this applies to the actual heathen nations, how the Lord's going to sift out the Israelites from the heathen nations. But you, like Apostle Alan was saying in this video, you also can apply it to the truth too. The Lord is sifting the elect from the non-elect, because the Lord is a separatist, man. So the least grain, as it says at the end, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. That's the elect. The elect is the grain. Because the grain is what is the actual food that you use, to make bread and stuff, man. So that's the valuable part. The elect is a valuable part, the grain. That's not gonna fall. That's not gonna be destroyed. You see? So let's go to Proverbs 25 and 28. And it reads, a righteous socket. It says, he that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. Right. So, in other words, we have to have self-control. We have to control our emotions, man. Because if you don't have rule over your spirit, then you're like a city that is broken down and without walls. Because in the ancient world, the cities, they have fortified walls. And if a city is without a fortified wall, then that city will be easily to be broken down by the opposing enemy. So in a spiritual sense, we have the defense. Even if we are, if we do feel like we're getting emotional, we have the defense mechanism. Which is the defense mechanism? The scriptures. First and foremost, prayer. We pray to Yahweh Shemon Shai when we do feel like we having those demons plaguing our minds, man. But if we're not using it, if you're not using the comfort of the word and praying to the Lord, then we're going to be broken down, man. We're going to be easily offended. And then next thing you know, you're going to be cast out the body, man. So let's look at this in another translation. When you read the NLT version, it reads, a person without self-control is like a city with broken down walls. That's right, man. So the Bible promotes us to be self-controlled, controlling our emotions, controlling our impulses, man. We read the NIV version, like a city whose walls are broken through is a person who lacks self-control. That's right. So, cause like I said, once again, a city that don't have no walls, that have broken down walls, they're going to be easily conquered by the opposing enemy. So spiritually, you will be easily conquered by Satan, the spiritual demon Satan, if you don't rule your spirit. If you don't control your emotions, man. And if you do feel like you are getting emotional, pray to the Lord, that, and fast too. Maybe you have to change your diet, man. Like Apostle Hart was saying, some of these foods that we eat, it has a lot of estrogen in it. Estrogen is is what makes you emotional. Because us men, we got testosterone. Women got estrogen. So when estrogen is inserted into men, it makes them feminine, emotional. So a lot of things, we have to change up our diet. Eat better. More plant-based. Drink more water. Take your daily dietary supplements, your vitamins. Eating fruits and vegetables and stuff, man. I know for myself, I got to get better in that. But everything is a work in progress. But there are ways to combat being emotional. you know, and not being emotional. There are ways to combat being emotional and fighting the flesh, man. You see, this is Proverbs 16 and verse 32, and it reads, "He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty. He that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city." Right. So we have to, because this is one of the fruits of the spirit, to be long suffering. Not to be angry quickly, because that's a trait of the Lord, man, of the Heavenly Father Yahweh. So, we're supposed to be able to have self-control. So having self-control is way better than he that is mighty, that is strong in strength. And he that have self-control is better than he that conquereth a city. And let's look up another translation. NLT version, better to be patient than powerful. Right. So it's better to be patient than powerful. Better to have self-control than to conquer a city. That's right, man. And I'm speaking from experience, man, because for my short time in the faith, I've had emotional moments before. So I do understand the viewpoint, but there are ways to combat that, man. Like I said, first is prayer to Yahweh Shemon Shai, and fast too, and fast. Pray to the Lord, fast, and change up your diet, man. It's been times I've been rebuked for being emotional. I'm not gonna, come on this video and act like I'm a hypocrite. Like I never been emotional before. I have been emotional before, but just speaking from experience, by you, being angry at a brother and just rashing out, that don't look good, man. And it's only so much brother's gonna tolerate. It's only so much brother's gonna show mercy to you. It's really the Lord showing mercy. And if you can't, if you can't control it and it keeps happening, the same thing keeps happening, of you being emotional, having arguments with brothers all the time, the next thing you know, you're gonna be outside the body, man. So, and that's where self-examination comes in at. This is because like I was saying earlier, that be the main reason why a lot of men fall the truth. Really, it's because they're not part of the elect, but the main reasons really be, being emotional, and not accepting rebuke, or just not wanting to do this no more, and we and us in the truth, we cannot be in that spirit, man. It's really a fearful thing to be in that spirit. This is Sirach 18 and 20, and it reads, "Before judgment, examine thyself." Yeah, so before the judgment, which we understand that Jacob's trouble is an ultimate judgment, but even the Lord might judge you by you getting sick. The Lord can judge you by you getting hit by a car or something. Or if that if you offended brothers and you're not part of the elect and you offended brothers and you fell out the truth, the Lord can judge you like that too. Or you can have one of your little ones be put to death or something, man. So as Scripture say, before judgment, examine ourselves. So we have to examine ourselves before the judgment comes, man. Making sure we be on point and making sure if we're doing too much or, because we, like I said, we in the flesh, man. So we do a lot of mistakes, but also we have to be mindful of what we do around brothers, man. Gotta make sure we on point and not offending brothers, you see. Because at the end of the day, the Lord don't need us, man. We're expendables in His truth. It says before judgment, examine thyself, and in the day of visitation, thou shalt find mercy. That's right, man. So before judgment, you gotta examine ourselves, because really, when the Lord puts a spirit on brothers to rebuke you, that's really judgment from the Lord. But if you don't take heed to brothers, which is, if you don't take heed from brothers, then the Lord won't step in and judge you. And you don't want that, man. So you rather just take the low and take the rebukes from the brothers that's really the mouthpiece of the Lord, than for the Lord to step in Himself after you not taking heed to the rebukes from brothers, you don't want that, man, from the Lord. You know, has some more precepts. Let's one precept, 2 Corinthians 13:5. So yeah, we have to be on point, man. We have to fight. You know, we have to fight for our crowns, man. You know, it's not easy being in this truth, but you know, it's well worth it. This At the end of the day, we just gotta be humble and just apply the scriptures, man. You know. And oh yeah, another thing too, I want to say, you know, we can't have egos in this truth too. That'd be a main thing too. Egos. You know, we gotta put the pride aside, you know, and apply the scriptures. But this is 2 Corinthians 13:5, and it reads, "Examine yourselves whether you be in the faith." Yeah, so we have to examine ourselves, question our, you know, question how we are in this faith. You know, am I a true brother? You know, am I being sincere? Do I really believe in the Lord? You know, am I just doing this? Am I just pushing videos out to please men? You know, we gotta ask ourselves these questions, man. You know, because you know everything we have to do is really for the Lord. You know, we do our works to please Yahweh Shai and not men. You know, now we show our works before man because the scriptures do talk about make full proof of that ministry. You know, so we show our works before men, but we do it to please Yahweh Shai. We don't do the works to please men. You know, getting compliments and praises and stuff. We do all that's gonna come in the kingdom, man. Lord willing, we be delivered when our Lord Yahweh Shai comes back. You know, this 2 Corinthians 13:5. Examine yourselves whether you be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know you not your own self. Yeah, we all know ourselves, and we all know our true self in this truth, man. We all know our flaws. We all know our strengths and our weaknesses. It says how that Yahweh Shai is in you, except ye be reprobates. But I trust that you shall know that we are not reprobates. Right, so you don't want to be a reprobate in this truth, man. You know, or one of those guys in Israel that's just, you know, he's headstrong, man. He can't be told nothing. You know, he's prideful. You know, you don't want to be those dudes that's teaching Yahweh Shai for envy and strife, man. You know, so at the end of the day, just be humble, man. Just teach the word and excel in your lot, man. Whatever the Lord has given you, excel in it. You know, and just keep continuing to preach the gospel and just being humble and taking rebukes when you get rebuked and taking the low, because the Lord delights in that, man. You know, and just apply the scriptures. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Lord willing, I was edified. And till next time, Shalom.